actually take that jump into the unknown, to follow your heart. That is a big jump.
Many people right now in the world who are probably going through same problems, anxiety, depression, fatigue.
I think first this curiosity has to come inside and recognition that, okay, I'm not happy, I'm not in a good place. And then the second thing is to actually take that step, that courageous step.
How this helped you to come out of those fears?
First I was very doubtful. I was like, I'm not sure I'm ready for this. But then I felt, yes, let's do it. I'll say yes to him. He said, sing in front of 10 people. And so I was very, very nervous, but I sung. I saw a living example, an inspiration of how I wanted to be. If we can make that step, to really follow what our inner voice is saying, but we're just ignoring it.
You felt that everything is falling apart and you have not found your path, your peace, you want to achieve a lot and there's a pressure and all that. आज कई तरह के स्ट्रेस, एंजाइटी, सप्रेस्ड इमोशन की वजह से हम अपनी बॉडी में कुछ ऐसी प्रॉब्लम्स फेस करते हैं जो हम शायद किसी को बता नहीं सकते। दोस्तों, हमने एक ऐसे गेस्ट से आज के पॉडकास्ट में बात की जो अपने एक्सपीरियंस से आपको बहुत कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें बताने वाली हैं जो आज शायद हमारे लिए, हमारे बच्चों के लिए बहुत बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है। सिर्फ प्रोफेशनल गोल्स को चेज़ करते करते जीना ना भूल जाना। दोस्तों, आज के गेस्ट से मिलेंगे who is called Bhaktiyana. She's from London. She will speak her experiences in English and I hope and wish that you enjoy this conversation. First of all, very much welcome, Bhaktiyana,
Thank you so much
in
for
our
having me.
podcast. I know you are traveling now whole India for your festival and you are actually coming from a tradition, from a life where you studied and you were focusing on your career. So to make this podcast start, I like to actually ask with the point of view of curious audience, how they see you, how they resemble their life in it. So first of all, tell me, this Bhaktiyana, your name, was it always from your birth, the same name?
No, so actually I was given this name by my guru, Maitre.
Okay.
And the whole point of having this name is an invitation to remember your higher self.
Okay.
When we hear a name, it invites that vibration inside of us. So I was blessed that he called me Bhaktiyana to remember this peak of devotion, this highest form of love,
Okay.
to be in this path of bhakti, this service and this love and this care. And so when I hear that, it reminds me of that, automatically that vibration opens inside of you. So that's the power of a name, it can invite those qualities inside of you.
Very nice. So actually, before Bhaktiyana, whom we are talking, the person behind Bhaktiyana who lived a very long life in a normal tradition way, please tell something about that person.
So 5 years ago, I was very lost. I was struggling a lot with a lot of health issues. My stomach was in a very bad way and I was going here and there everywhere trying to find out what is going on inside of me. I went on so many diets, that didn't help. I saw doctors, I took medicine, but nothing was seeming to resolve in my whole system. And then I found myself coming to India. I had this question, who am I? I started contemplating on myself, who am I? And I felt so unconscious that I'm just following what others are doing and it's not actually who I am. And then when I came to India in 2020, I was blessed to meet my guru and that's when my life changed.
Yeah, that's a very fascinating story. But I like to know for my audience a little bit more because you were young. What kind of problems or difficulties you must be facing, because you were going for your career, you're studying, you're doing everything what everybody is doing. What exactly caused you? Was it stress of pressure that you want to achieve a lot? What kind of reasons you felt that moment?
I felt I wasn't doing actually what I was meant to be doing. I had no idea what I wanted to do actually. And growing up in my family, my dad was kind of saying, go to the family business. So I didn't really have that sort of passion inside of me. And I think that was one thing. I was following what, family was telling me to do. And that's where I saw, my stress was there. I was not enjoying it. And then also, I was done with this partying. I was like, is this my life, 9 to 5, working all week and then partying on the weekend? I mean, that's what my friendship group were doing.
What everyone is doing.
Yeah, so I was like, what else is there, That's when I actually had this question. I was in Brazil and I was partying a lot before. And I was in this party and I just was like, I'm unconscious. I'm just following everybody.
Yeah.
But who am I and what did I actually come here for? So that urge, I think that curiosity took me to meeting my guru.
But did it affect your physical presence, your way of living, also those kind of lives?
Yes. I mean, my body was saying, just stop, it was kind of giving the signals. You're in the wrong place, you're doing the wrong thing. And, I tried to just avoid it, but it got to that point where it's like, no, now I have to find out what I came here for.
And it's really funny that you traveled in the time of COVID 2020, and that is anyhow the difficult part. Did you felt that everything is falling apart and you have not found your path, your peace with life? Did it pushed you to search for some answers? I
think when it gets to that peak point where you have to make a change, existence kind of forces you to move. For me, I was kind of stuck in the comfortability or suffering, and then it was like, enough. I have to move now. Let's go where life wants to take me. Let's listen to that inner voice, And so that took me to traveling alone, to going and jumping into the unknown.
Okay. So before Bhaktiyana, what was you called? What was your other name? Do you still use that name?
Yes, it's Anisha. And
Anisha.
Yes, I do use it because I'm an English teacher, so I also use this name professionally also. Okay.
So Anisha to Bhaktiyana, there is a long travel, and probably you're enjoying that passage, because I can see you're glowing, you're happy, and you're looking actually very much vibrant, because as you say, the earlier time was a little difficult before 2020, and now it's a big transformation. I know many people right now in the world who are probably going through same problems. They are having anxiety, they have depression, they have probably this fatigue, they want to achieve a lot, and there is a pressure and all that. And you have, in the same time, found something in spirituality. Is it correct?
Yes.
So how we can actually explain for the people today, because spirituality is not taken very serious, and what your experience say about it, that spirituality can bring answers to your questions?
I think first this curiosity has to come inside, and recognition that, okay, I'm not happy, I'm not in a good place. And then the second thing is to actually take that step, that courageous step, because we can fall in this kind of victim mentality, and we can be very comfortable in that. We want to make a change, but rarely we take that jump and that action to make that change. So we can fall into this kind of laziness, comfortability, everything around us is very nice and arranged. So to actually take that jump into the unknown, to follow your heart, that is a big jump. And if we can make that step, to really follow what our inner voice is saying, our inner call. We all have it inside, but we're just ignoring it all the time. We know what our passion is. We know what we want to do, but then we have so many excuses. I have this responsibility. I have this thing. And that keeps us in the cage of suffering, actually. So once we can come out of that, it is scary, but going into that fear and trust also on life, it will take us into magical places where we're meant to be.
Beautiful. You are explaining in a way that I can almost visualize it, that you are coming from that to this part of transformation. But I think this all began meeting with your guru, your master, because you were living somewhere else and then you traveled. And then you met this person with whom you felt comfort. Do you like to talk something about it? How this started, how this helped you? Do you like to tell something about it?
Yes. I didn't know what I was looking for until I met Baba. And then, someone who can see you more than you, that is the greatest gift, because there's someone who can guide you, someone who can show you the way. We're all looking how to be in this life. And when there's someone there who is enlightened, who is living their highest peak of life, they show that path for you, and they make it easy for you because they have already gone on that path. So when I saw Baba, I saw a living example, an inspiration of how I wanted to be. And that's what drew me to Baba, because he was exactly how I wanted to be: loving, caring, celebrating, open, connecting, and just pure love. And that was something very new to my eyes. And that drew me to Baba. When I was listening to him, I felt things falling away from me, I saw the transformation in his presence. And so naturally we're looking for, to transform our life also. And so meeting Baba, that was a life-changing encounter for me. And now I just, want to devote my life to being the same way as him.
Actually, I have read that you are also into Kirtan and you're into music, and you're also actually doing Bodywork, which is probably helping you and many more to achieve the same goal which you could achieve. Did you learn all that during that period of COVID, or you were already learning that earlier?
Yes, so when I met Baba, actually, I told you I was going through some health issues.
Yes.
And someone said, you have to meet this magical man. He can change your life. Okay. And so I said, okay. And as soon as I came down and I sat next to Baba the first meeting, he just pressed me here and I went, Boof! He was like, this fear. And I was shocked because I never knew that emotion in my body. And so he was just pointing things out that I couldn't see of myself. And so then we went for Bodywork, and I cannot tell you, after that, how many things released from my body, emotions that were suppressed. And I thought, oh my God, because my body started getting so healthy after that once I encountered what this fear was here. And then he said to me just a few days later, will you be one of my therapists? I'm looking to share this with many people. And that's when I knew I found where I'm meant to be.
Interesting.
Because I have healed myself through this beautiful healing modality. Why would I not want to learn it and share it, and pass it on? So that was the journey with Bodywork.
And you are a big promoter of Bodywork. I see your socials, you speak a lot about it. And you're trying to help people with the same technique. But tell me something a little bit core about it, because usually we believe that if we have problem that is much more only with our emotions, with our mind, we never take it that it is imbibed in our body as well. We don't understand that. And many people either do not trace it, they do not want to cure it, or they even don't know about it. Tell what you understood about Bodywork and how this helped you to come out of those fears and every kind of feeling which you was going through.
So, firstly, we don't know ourselves. That's one thing. I mean, we are so disconnected to our body and what's going on inside of us. So with Bodywork, it puts you in touch with your whole inner world, what's going on inside of you. And so many of the times we suppress ourselves a lot. We suppress our anger. It's not allowed in society. We hold our tears back. But this is all affecting us inside. Our tissue called myofascial tissue is a specific tissue that holds emotion. And when this becomes very rigid, this is where blockages occur in our body. Our energy stops flowing, we feel dull, we feel heavy, we don't feel vibrant. So in Bodywork, we open those blockages so that our energy can open again.
So can you keep explaining me like I know nothing about it?
Yes.
So you say that we actually imbibe all this stress and anxiety in our body?
Yes.
That is what we all are doing.
From a young age, it's from childhood. Maybe we're told, don't cry.
Okay.
So a blockage starts there. How many things we've collected inside. So most of the time in Bodywork, we see childhood things come up. So many moments we don't express ourselves fully. And so what will happen to the body? It will become inflamed, it will become blocked, health issues. And so that's why it's not solving with medicine or it's not solving through other modalities, because it's actually an emotional problem, So this is what I experienced. My mind is affecting my body. So everything is related. I had heard, gut, mind, but, there was no place to actually see what's going on inside of me.
That's true. And actually, when you say about it, that how much we from childhood take what everyone is saying to us, that is probably a major part of India, or maybe many people, the many students or many children's. I think many people will be suffering from this body situations.
Yes.
In your opinion, I don't know what you see, but as you explain, all the children have this kind of trauma, isn't it?
Yes, that's why I feel everyone needs Bodywork. I'm like, let's spread this more on the earth, because I really feel it's needed, as a beautiful healing modality. It's
but
really...
what surprises me, that is it possible to heal it? Because if you have a childhood trauma, if you have fear, anxiety, if you have from your childhood someone telling you you're wrong, you're not doing something correct, and you keep inside, is it possible to cure it?
Yes, definitely. Because in Bodywork, we go into these stories and we transform them with our higher consciousness. We have, our childhood wounds, and we have all these stories, and, we love to also hold on to them sometimes too. But we also have our higher self. We also have this, and we just direct ourselves to that. That's always here, but we need someone to point that place is also here. And so that place kind of nurtures that place and, the wounded place, and we bring them to that higher self. And then that is what leads our life. So that's where we always bring Bodywork. Even these things are coming up, we guide you back to your intelligence.
Can I ask you a personal question? Because you came in 2020 and now it is just 4 years. And you seem to have overcome all those things which was bothering you, which was a very strong thing. And today you are actually teaching it. You are actually helping people. So is it taking only this small period of time to get over of your whole life's deep trauma and issues? Is it possible to cure this that fast?
Yes, it is. I mean, with the grace of a guru, the guru is the doorway to freedom. So it's not by my effort. I can only say it's by Baba's effort. I've been working with him, working on myself, transforming these wounds to intelligence. And it is a journey. It is a process, because, these stories come back again and again. So it depends on your urge, how much you really want to be free. You're really done. You're at that point of I'm enough. Okay, let's do something great now. It's so easy to munch on these stories again and again, but when you can just say, I'm done, okay, let's do something great now. So this was my experience.
Very interesting. Bhaktiyana, I know that you have come a very long way from your past experiences. But as I see many people in India, they see Guru still as a miracle, like you do miracles only. They do not want to transform in their life. And because you have been very practically involved with your practices. So what do you exactly mean when you meet a guru? How he is for you? Is he like a magic maker, or is he like giving you only some kind of wisdom or something? Or how you took it that gave you this kind of confidence today?
I can say when I first met Baba, going to his satsang every day, being in that environment and listening to him and soaking this wisdom is something it was very new for me coming from England. But this also transformed me a lot. I didn't know what he's talking about, but I can feel something is happening inside of me. And so I think with finding a guru, firstly, you have to experiment, talk to him as a friend and share your everything and see, take the pointings inside of you, see how it's working with you, experiment. Then this trust grows. And then after trust, devotion also grows, because naturally you just want to fall and bow and say thank you.
Yes.
And this is where devotion is born inside of you.
Wow.
And once devotion is born inside of you, you are uplifted already, because now you're in your heart. And that is the place to be. That is the resting place. That is the treasure of this life. That's where you find God. That's where you find grace. So Guru is like a catalyst for you, actually, to experience this highest form of devotion. And that naturally happens with, experimenting, I would say. We don't blindly follow anybody. You have to see on your own path, how it is.
You said very beautifully that you actually have that experience. You just go to your guru and he has made you risen from that kind of problems and difficulties to different level. I know you're also into Kirtan, and you sing very well. You are doing many shows and many different places. You connect people with the singing, with the bhajan. How you call it? First, tell me how this is part of you with this whole journey, your Kirtan. How this is part of your whole journey.
So when I met Baba, after just a few days, he said, say yes to me for 14 days. And I said, first I was very doubtful. I was like, I'm not sure I'm ready for this. But then I felt, yes, let's do it. I'll say yes to him. And the first thing he asked me to do was sing.
Okay.
And I laughed. I said, I can do anything, but not sing, please. He said, sing in front of 10 people. And so I was very, very nervous, but I sung. And from that moment, I saw this expansion of singing, opening your voice, how powerful it is. And then that's when Baba said, Bhakti, we need to create new music in the world. We need to create high energy frequency music with great wisdom from awakened masters and spread it on this earth. Wow. This is my vision. Are you ready? And I said, wow, let's do it. And so many of us in Sangha, we were like, Baba was planted the seed and we're just the gardeners helping it grow, We're like, okay, let's buy a harmonium now. Let's buy a djembe. And we had no idea, what we're doing. But Baba would take one poetry from Kabir and we'd be finding some melodies, some rhythms. And naturally it started growing music. And then, people were joining more, like Bhaktiyana, she bought a keyboard, Ashisha bought a flute, and our Kirtan started to grow slowly like this. So I've seen the power of Kirtan before, even this happened. I went to one Kirtan in Rishikesh, and I just burst into tears. And it just opened me, So there I saw that curiosity of what this is then. And then when I met Baba and he said, let's start this thing, I thought, wow, I'm so blessed to be part of creating something like this from nothing, So
out of curiosity, you never played instrument before. You never sung before.
No.
And none of your Sangha people were involved with any music before. No. Maybe in other way, but not really playing any instrument.
Yes.
And you all started with the help of your guru. You started Kirtan by yourself.
Yes. That's the beauty, under Guru's guidance. This kind of trust in Guru. you have trust in yourself, like, chalo, let's do it. And you do things that you would not do, because the Guru also sees things in you. And so that's where the magic actually happened. We all were breaking so many limiting ideas of ourselves and seeing what creativity we've got inside of us. And with this kind of vision, how can you not say yes? Even you have no experience, but let's try and make it like however we can and experiment,
Very nice. And what this Kirtan actually did to you, if I may ask, because you said when earlier you went to another Kirtan and it made you feel something and you burst into the tears. What actually it does to you that you feel suddenly connected to completely different kind of emotion? Do you like to explain that in your own way?
Yes. So this Kirtan that we're doing, it's very different to the usual kind of Kirtan. It's a very transformative experience because we are taking a line or a poetry or some wisdom from one of the enlightened masters from any lineage, Bhakti, Sufi, Zen. And when we take this line and we combine it with high energy frequency music, it opens something inside of us. It opens spiritual wisdom inside of us. And so when we sing it, we can feel this kind of alchemy. We can feel something happening to us, it's just opening that inside of us. And so that's the difference with normal music on the radio and Kirtan. Kirtan is rising our energy up, it's from our crown to our throat to our crown. We can feel the difference in it because this is wisdom that we've never heard before. And this is what's missing in the world. And that's why it's so beautiful, because it enlightens us, it awakens us.
Interesting. I have actually, in a short period of time, seen you coming from a very difficult kind of past to suddenly enjoying and having this celebration of life with having small things in your life which you cherish, which you just celebrate in your own way. Is it something what you and some more people around you, they feel the same way? Because it's not possible to do alone a singing or kirtan, I guess. You have to have some other people who are matching the same energy.
Yes.
So what is your experience there? Please tell us.
That is the life of Sangha. Sangha are doing the Kirtan together. And so we're all doing it from that same vibration, that same purpose. We all met in Sangha. So this vibration of devotion and urge to really create something magical on this earth to spread, that's the foundation of the Kirtan, remembering this, why we're doing it. And so that resonance just amplifies when we all play together. And that's what makes the Kirtan so beautiful, actually, because you can feel that vibration, it's the undertone that's setting it. Even we're not great singers or players, I just started learning a few years ago, but that's the kind of sets the whole Kirtan.
And do you feel that all that group, they're feeling the same kind of energy, same kind of connection, and they're feeling same kind of emotional heights, giving them, helping them, supporting them in a way?
Yes, because we all met in satsang. And so we are all on that same vibration level. And we lived together 24 hours, actually, for the last 5 years. So we have gone on a journey together. We are so one with another. So that merging happens in Kirtan, and that's really the beauty of it.
Can I ask you something? Because you said you were struggling, and then in 2020, amid the COVID was happening, you moved to India. Could you manage to go home in that whole period? Or could you visit your friends, your family?
I could, but I didn't want to.
Okay.
I had many chances to go back, but it was so clear that I was meant to be there and do this. I found where I'm meant to be. And so I was riding with that. Okay. Nothing could take me away from discovering who I am and what I came here to do or what the purpose of life is. So I stayed where I was meant to be. It was like, I would need to be here and do this.
Very nice. Do you have some friends whom you lived with whole life? Is it something like this happened to you also?
This has never happened to me
No?
before, no. So
Because if I see who is my closest friend, I suddenly go to my childhood. Mm-hmm. The person with whom I lived 10, 20 years, and in school, outside school, and they were teasing me, they were really pushing me, and sometimes I was fighting with them. Mm-hmm. But they became suddenly one of my closest friends. And it doesn't matter where I go today. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they like to call and mm-hmm. contact. Do you also have something back in UK mm-hmm. and you think, oh, maybe I should meet them once?
I do, and maybe if I go back, I would love to go see them.
Okay.
But I see that your association is very important mm-hmm. because who you're around, you become. So you have to be very aware of who you're spending time with. Okay. And so when I went to Sangha, everybody is on that same discovery of self. And so we call it Kalyan Mitra, friends for higher growth.
Kalyan Mitra.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I want to surround myself with, Kalyan Mitras, people who are going to point me or people who are going to really transform with each other, support each other, care each other, grow with each other. And that's what Sangha is. And so that's why I found that, this is where I want to be, because this kind of association, you can really do great in life. If you have these people around you, you know that you can't go wrong. Someone will always be there saying something or, we're ready to do something great. And in the world, a little bit, I can say that most people are, getting married or in relationships. And so this is where the kind of connections drifted apart, because 90% of the world are in that energy of let's get married, relationship, house. And so I've now found this journey of let's do something great for humanity, serve. I've learned about service, path of bhakti. And so naturally, your friends will change, and they should change. Yeah. If they're changing, it means you're growing. So it's not so much about, friends and, this kind of thing. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but we have to be aware of who we're with.
Very nice. Actually, I see that you or many people must be curious that if you're working completely for music and for traveling and for your inner self, how you're earning. So I want to tell to my audience that you actually work 8 hours as an English teacher. And apart from that, you put your life to the service and doing a lot of great things. Recently I saw one video of you. I think it was in some kind of retreat, and you were meeting everybody with open arms, with embracing them and welcoming them, and with your group. And this must be really energetic. How you feel about it, and how your new people feel about this kind of a welcoming, which is not happening in the world, I guess.
Yeah. And that's what we want to do. We want to spread this kind of welcoming more and more in this world. I mean, the power of a hug is magic. You literally feel the stress leaving your body. You feel your oxytocin levels rising. It's so healing, and it's the medicine that we need that is just missed. A hug is that medicine that we really need in this world. So I've learned that from Baba, because when I met Baba, I remember feeling this motherly hug. And that was healing enough in itself, this care and love. And that's what we should invite in our lives more, to just be caring and loving and open and meeting everybody like family, not as strangers. And I think this is what's really missing in the world.
It is probably. And I know I can see from far away, because when people see that kind of videos and that kind of welcoming retreat, they can only feel from far away what it is about. But you have the experience being many such retreats and many people coming. What actually they take from that kind of retreat? They laugh, they have joy, they sing, they dance. But what exactly they take from there?
I think they take away a family where they feel that they can speak what they want to. They can really share and express their feeling. They don't have to show anything. They can relax, That's what I see, that everyone feels really bonded after the retreat. That people stay in touch and say, I've made lifelong connections. Because there's so many practices that we do to just open ourselves and really connect on such a deep level, talk about the things that you wouldn't talk on a day-to-day basis. Usually we meet people like, hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm good, you. And done. But really talking about what's going on inside of us. And that's what makes bonding so strong. So I see that people really leave with this sense of, I found a family where I can really speak and be as I am and I'm loved,
Wow. Normally when you tell all about it, I try to recall any family meetings when people go and they're very reserved.
Yes.
They hardly have any connection. If they hug, it's like only a little bit for the social cause, not really. They're not really connected to each other. Mm-hmm. And when you tell all about it, it makes so much sense that how much a person can care for each other and how much they try to help each other with just being there. I have one more question, because you are on a journey. You are now moving from place to place to give this kind of help to people. What you call it? Utsav Yatra? What it is about?
It's called Utsav Yatra.
Okay.
And we are moving from city to city. We start in Goa this month, and then we move to Bangalore, then we go to Rishikesh. And it's a 6-month journey of festivals and retreats for different things that we want to inquire about ourselves. We have festivals for celebration, we have retreats for self-inquiry, and so there's something for everybody that you can experience in these 6 months. And we also have these high energy kirtans as well, which we invite for everybody to come join us and raise their energy up, discover who they are. So it's going to be an amazing journey, and please come join us on this incredible 6 months. We'd love to celebrate with you. We'd love to invite you.
We will share this whole program with this interview so that people really find where they can get all this amazing experience.
Yes.
But I believe, as you said, Bharav, Utsav Yatra. Utsav means celebration. So you're really emphasizing on the celebration of life and the celebration of being with each other and trying to get those small moments which sometimes you miss. So nice that you told all this to us, Bhaktiyana. I believe with this bodywork, with this Kirtan, with this Utsav of celebration, many people will get to experience life as they're supposed to be. Before we leave, I know many youth is watching today to you. Many girls are watching today to you. Many people who are career focused, they are thinking life is only about job, about a big professional life. What you want to tell them? What they should get out of this discussion?
I want to say that there is another path of life. There is the path of your heart, and that discovery. Just have some curiosity to try something different, and seek something different. And if you come to one of our festivals or kirtans, it's an experience to really see something different in life. And I think in life we're looking for experiences. We don't so much read about books, and we don't really feel it in our life. Yes. So Utsav Kirtan, Utsav Sangha, festivals are a place to really experience something different. Come to know yourself, and that's where you can find joy, when you know who you truly are. So I would like to say, have that curiosity, and you're most welcome to join us.
And before we leave, I always ask one question to my guest. Who Bhaktiyana was and who Bhaktiyana is today? What you would say to all the people who are watching?
Can you ask me one more time?
Who Bhaktiyana was earlier time?
Yeah.
5 years back, 6 years back, and who is the person today? What you want to tell that people can feel your emotion?
Oh, that's a hard question.
Yeah, the last one has to be hard.
Who she is today, she is someone who just wants to be in service, wants to be there as a friend, to listen to others, to be there with others and celebrate life, celebrate this highest truth through Kirtan, through festivals, through chai.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you
Thank you
for
so
joining
much.
us today. I believe this podcast, this discussion, this talk will help a lot of people.
Thank you so much, Devendra. It was
Yeah, thank
amazing
you.
to be with you today. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, same here. Thank you.
Thank you.
आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमारे इस कन्वर्सेशन को, इस पॉडकास्ट को अंत तक सुनने के लिए। मुझे उम्मीद है ये आपकी लाइफ में वैल्यू ऐड करेगा, आपके नॉलेज को थोड़ा सा और विस्तृत करेगा, आपके डिसीजन मेकिंग में हेल्प करेगा और आपके सही डिसीजंस को एक सही लक्ष्य तक, एक सही मोटो तक लेकर जाएगा। दोस्तों, हमारे जितने भी मेहमान आपके बीच में आते हैं, उनके एक्सपीरियंस से अगर हम कुछ सीख सकें तो हमारे इस संवाद का, इस कन्वर्सेशन का, इस पॉडकास्ट का मतलब सिद्ध होगा। तो आई विश कि ये तमाम मेहमान अपनी नॉलेज से आपको वो सब दे पाएं जो आपकी ज़िंदगी में एक बेटर डिसीजन लेने में मदद करे। Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you will keep coming back. You will subscribe and like every episode which makes some value in your life. Thank you so much.